Bro, just call me Sonic the way I'm really up in this bitch. You know what I mean? Hey, everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the Games Kids. Today, and only today, we are here to celebrate, talk about Sonic the Hedgehog. And I want to give my thank you, Sonic the Hedgehog, 31st anniversary. So I thought, I like to do this every year when it's the anniversary. I like to just sit down, sort of reflect, talk about, just the past year, talk about like how I feel about the franchise, my love for it and everything. So guys, without further ado, let's get right into it. Of course, subscribe to your boy, like the video, continue to support the content that you've all been enjoying. Thank you so much. So yeah, guys, today, Sonic's 31st anniversary. Before actually I get into my personal, my personal talk about it, I want to share something that I collaborated on with a bunch of people. So watch this right here. You ready? Boom, look at that. So we gathered throughout the month 71 artists to work on this crazy Sonic band. I'm gonna try to show the ones up here. Yes, so we got 71 artists to work on the Sonic banner. I say 71, it was actually 70. Plus, what I wanted so badly is I wanted Sonic the Sketchhog. And I was like, who could I get? Because if I'm gonna do Sonic the Sketchhog, it can be somebody who's just, someone who's part of the community that doesn't necessarily do art and stuff. And of course, I got Katie over here, the social media manager for Sonic, the Sonic Twitter and brand manager and all that stuff. And she just does a lot of good work, so I want to have her in there. But yeah, no, incredibly talented artists work on this banner. Really cool celebration of the franchise. My personal bias of Dragon Ball makes me adore this one the most, just because I'm seeing Father Son Kamehameha with my boys, Modern Sonic and Classic Sonic. Fantastic. I adore that stuff. There's a video showcasing all their ads and all their replies. So if you want to go look at the tweet, show the people love, of course, do that. But yeah, man, I mean, listen, how does something like that happen? Let me tell you, bro, it's because of that passion and that love for the series. Here's the thing, man. Sonic it's been such a unique franchise. And what I mean by that is it's a franchise that, yeah, has a lot of troubles, obviously we all know about, but there is something about it that just keeps people latched onto it. Like, there's people that just, it's almost like an addiction almost, of just like people constantly wanting this character to thrive and live. And I think it's because there's always these ups and downs, right? And I think it's the ups that really like elevate that character. But even then, there's always like I feel like people always, obviously there's a lot of people that want to look at a lot of the bad, which is fair, but like there's so many people that just want to love this character and this franchise. I think for me personally, right, like I grew up, I specifically remember my two vivid earliest memories of Sonic were were Sonic Underground, which is really funny to think about, and Sonic Advance, Sonic Advance and Sonic Underground, as well as Sonic Adventure DX. Those are like my sort of three earliest pillars. And then Sonic X came up, right? And then I would watch Sonic X. I was addicted to Sonic X, dude. I was watching that on 4Kids all the time. It was like my crack addiction. I was watching those episodes all the time. That was fantastic. And yeah, I mean, of course, I grew up with Sonic Adventure, so that game meant a lot to me. Back in the day, I had the director's cut on GameCube. Remember, I was born in 96, so by the time I'm playing Sonic and stuff, 4 or 5 years old, I'm out here playing closer to the newer stuff. My uncle actually had older consoles, and that's how I got to play stuff like, Sonic 3 and Sonic 2 and the OGs, right? He showed me those games. So that's a cool little passion of mine. But man, like, it really was ingrained in me since I was a kid to just be like, addicted to Sonic stuff, whether it was Sonic Heroes, whether it was Adventure 1 and 2 back in the day. I played them on GameCube. I know it blew my mind back, like, what was it, like, I'd say maybe like 5-6 years ago when I found out that those weren't like GameCube beginning games, they were on other platforms, older platforms, which was insane to me. But yeah, no, I think the franchise just means so much to me, dude, and I think a lot of it just comes from, to me, the style and the characters, right? I think especially Sonic himself, man, that like Sonic's design is just so cool, dude. People make him look so cool, like in all the artwork and all the games and all the media. It's just like there's something just so inherently dope about the character. I don't know if it's his attitude, I don't know if it's the design and stuff, I don't know what it is, but there's just something just addictive about Sonic's personality and everything. It's just like I just cannot help myself, man. Like, and what I mean by that is like I just can't not love so much about this franchise. And even the things that people don't really love a lot, I just constantly find some sort of love and joy from it, you know, 31 years into this. I mean, I'm turning 26, so I'm like 5 years, I'm about 5 years younger than Sonic. But it's just always been a part of my life. I mean, ever since I always grew up and people knew me as the Mario and Sonic kid, and I still am. I love that I'm known for that, you know what I mean? It's just like I used to just rant about Sonic all the time to my friends. I remember playing Sonic Advance games. I remember I got Sonic Rush from Scholastic. I don't know if you guys remember Scholastic. When like you'd go to school, they'd give you these flyers, you could like order something. They had Sonic Rush, and I remember I got that, and I remember just like sitting down on the floor playing my DS. Like, what a good memory that was, you know. And then obviously I grew up, I played Sonic and Secret Ring, Sonic and the Black Knight on my Wii back in the day. My dad bought me those games, I remember. So I have specific vivid memories chilling at my dad's place playing those games. And it's like, you know what's hilarious is I remember the first time I realized Sonic had issues for their games was when I played, what was it? It was 06. 06 was the first time I was like cognizant enough to be like, why this game sucks, you know what I mean? And I'll never forget, right, later on I played Unleashed, right? I remember playing Unleashed. I remember loving Unleashed, and I actually grew up with the Wii version. It wasn't until last year when we got the HD 60 FPS version of Unleashed that I got to play the actual like version of that game that everyone else did on Xbox One, or sorry, Xbox 360 back in the day. You know, I played that recently. I grew up with the Wii version. I thought that was the game, but to get this other whole other side of it was really dope. And that was funny because I remember that was one of the first times I looked at Sonic reviews and I was like, wait, people have problems with this franchise? I had no idea. Like, when I grew up, I just thought everybody adored Sonic. I remember I even had Shadow the Hedgehog on my GameCube. That was such a wild experience back in the day. I legitimately like grew up remembering specifically like playing that game so much. But yeah, man, no, I think like, when I think about it, just like the franchise, and I really just genuinely thought no one had problems with it. So like to grow up and like sort of like, you know, the more you start to use the internet when you grow up, the more you start to see like, oh shit, like this is a controversial franchise where like people very much love it. It has some of the most fan projects out of any franchise ever. Like I don't even think, I can't name you a single franchise that has more fan games than Sonic. I really don't think I could find one. I'm like, if I really think about it, maybe Pokemon, maybe Mario, but even then, I would still say Sonic is the easiest one to have the most fan projects in terms of like animations and movies and shows and stuff, because like people just are in love with this franchise in so many ways. But there's so many iterations of the character, you know, from the old school to the new school to everything. People always find their way to put their mix on the character. Obviously, you have the whole cast here. You have your Amy's, your Rouge the Bats, you know, your Shadow the Hedgehogs. These characters are so fun to meme too. Like the amount of like just funny joke contents made out of Sonic stuff is great. And like I genuinely believe even the people that think Sonic games are bad in some way, like they still like the franchise to some extent. There's something about the franchise that makes you want to be part of it. I genuinely believe it. I think like everybody has at least a Sonic game they grew up with or they played, and I think that's what's so special a lot about the franchise. Just like it's such a shared love, right? For better or worse, right? Because like in so many ways, there's just this passion that's easy to talk about and share with people. And one hand, obviously, that causes, you know, a lot of discourse and stuff. And you know, listen, we all know it's been a point of criticism and discussion over the years. You know how Sonic is treated as a franchise, as an IP. And you know, look, honestly, realistically, right? I wish it was handled better. You know, I wish we didn't always have to, you know, grasp at straws sometimes, be like, oh, this game is underrated. Oh, like this game is awful, but hey, I actually love it. And people like always, you know, finding something small to be annoyed about or all that. Like, I really wish everything was almost Mario-ified for Sonic. What I mean by that is just like, when a game releases, you know, at the very least it's gonna work perfectly, it's gonna be a banger and stuff. But even with that not being the case, I feel like there's just always something good in every Sonic game almost. Like I think about it, like 06, right? as broken as fucked as that game is, it has such a vision, right? From the music styling, like the very orchestrated style, to like the more serious tone it's trying to go for. Even a game like Lost World, it's trying to be more, you know, fun and living, sort of like Galaxy like almost. You know, you look at games like what's it called, even Sonic Boom, right? That game was screwed out of development, but like that game, you know, it was trying to be more of like a sort of fun adventure, even if it was not well done. I just think with every Sonic game you could find some Hidden Forces, but like there's so many gems. Like again, like I just think of like Sonic Rush as a series I just genuinely adore. Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 I still just think are immaculate, and when I mean immaculate, it's not that they age incredibly well, it's that for what they are doing with the franchise, I think that is the ideal thing people want, you know, which is you get a bunch of like fun platforming levels. The different characters have different movesets and stuff. You get to sort of see the story from the angles of different characters, and I think that's still the wave that I'd like the franchise to chase in a lot of ways. You know, I think Frontiers is going to be a banger new step for the season. I'm very excited to see what we can do now that we're sort of half out of boost formula. Obviously, it's very clear there's a boost here. We have the cyberspace levels, but I'm very curious to see how this franchise evolves, you know. And I think especially the boost games, I really grew up loving, honestly. When I think about it, like honestly, right, and I've said this before, I enjoy Force for what it is, but like Unleashed I think is amazing, especially the daytime stages. I adore Colors. Colors is one of my favorite Sonic games, and Sonic Generations I adore too. So it's like when I think of the boost games in general, I have really fond memories of that gameplay style. You know, it's more by the time we got to Force, I understand, you know, things, we all know how that went and all that stuff. But yeah, no, I think with Sonic it means so much to me. Obviously, like, I'm so happy that like I could be considered one of the Sonic like hype people. You know, people just know me within that. I'm like, that's still very surreal and weird to me that like I'm heavily associated with Sonic in a sense. Like, I don't know, like people just, they'll always tag me in news, I'll always, you know, be there for the reactions. People get so excited to see my thoughts on stuff, and obviously, you know, I have a lot of positive spins on stuff just because of my nature. I think I just naturally gravitate toward what's the good of the scenario we're in. But it's very surreal. Like I genuinely still can't believe I got to go to the LA premiere of Sonic Movie 2. Like that is still a very surreal experience to me, and I cannot thank you all enough, because it's you all that put, you know, that pushed me out there, you know, more, and people noticed it, and everything comes together. So it's all a collaboration in a lot of ways, and I'm very thankful to all of you that have helped me thrive. A lot of cool stuff to look forward to in the future, hopefully. And yeah, man, I think this franchise, like, again, it's also more than just games for me. I think Sonic, like I said, we have a movie franchise now that's really successful. We've had animations like forever for Sonic. You know, you have the 2D, you have the 3D, you have all the fan art, which is incredible. You have the fan animations. It's like the fan stuff with Sonic has to be some of the most incredible work I've ever seen from people. And I'm just, like I said, I'm just really happy that there really is a passionate fan base, because honestly, dude, if this genuinely, right, if this franchise did not have a passionate fan base, I really think it would be gone, man. I really do think like we would not be seeing this. This franchise would have left a while ago. I mean, with all like the fuck ups that have come in between, but it's because the fans are always there, man. They want more of this franchise. They want, you know, the animations, the games, the merch, and everything. They want the series to thrive. And me, just as a personal fan, like, I really am just happy with what I have. You know, I love the series. I love that I can draw art for it now. I love that I can hype people up for it now. I'm glad that I can say I've left my mark, and I'm still leaving my mark, you know, on Sonic as a franchise. And I want to continue to do that, but it's just exciting stuff, man. I'm really, really excited. I'm very happy, you know, to see a lot of just the joy that comes with the season. I'm hoping for a good future we're gonna have. And I want to again thank everybody, you know, who's ever been part of this in a good way and had actual civil fun discussions. And obviously, again, it's fun to have arguments. You know, I've had fun arguments with friends over Sonic all the time. We've done crazy tier lists where we ranked all the vocal themes, the level themes, and everything. It's just like there's so much I always feel like to talk about with this season. I think Sonic as a character, I think, has really influenced me. And what I mean by that is when I grew up, it's like he was that guy, you know. He was like, I'm the cool person, right, who's going to stand up for my friends. You know, I'm gonna have my happy-go-lucky attitude, right? Do my best to be there for everyone, but knowing I can't necessarily save everyone, but doing his damn best. And I just love that, and I just love the series. It means the world to me. So everybody, of course, happy birthday, Sonic. Happy 31st. Hopefully, here's to 35, 40, and 1 million. Everybody in the comments below, let me know some of your favorite Sonic memories. What means the most to you about the series? What's your favorite part of it? What are your favorite aspects? Of course, let it down below. And of course, I'll see you all next time. Happy birthday, buddy. I love you.